Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. This is my Formula One Mexico Grand Prix 2023 review, and in this live stream, I will be doing my Formula One Brazil Grand Prix preview as well for this weekend. So let's get straight into it. Starting off with the Mexico Grand Prix 2023 review, which took place this weekend, and for Red Bull, it was Max Verstappen again, winning 16 out of 19 race wins so far, with 16 out of 19 races so far for Max Verstappen. So he's only not won 3 races, Max Verstappen. The most, let's say what it is, it's the most dominant season ever by an F1 driver, and it's just incredible, really incredible to watch from Max Verstappen, who started third, by the way. He started third in qualifying behind the 2 Ferraris, but the Ferraris are just the Ferraris for you. All Max Verstappen needs to do is just overtake them in the opening lap into the first corner, which he did quite easy. So, but yeah, just unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable for Max Verstappen. 16 out of 19 race wins, and Max Verstappen can still win 19 out of 22 races. Obviously, 3 more races yet: Brazil, Las Vegas, and Abu Dhabi. It's more than likely Max Verstappen will probably win all them races. Maybe not Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas, looking at Las Vegas, that was a bit of a street circuit, so he may struggle there. Max Verstappen, but we'll wait and see when we get into the Las Vegas Grand Prix. But Max Verstappen it's ridiculous. He could win 19 out of 22 races this season. It's already ridiculous. It's already ridiculously good, isn't it? 16 race wins a season. I think that's the most in any season from any F1 driver. I mean, even when Lewis Hamilton was down there, I think he only won about 10, didn't he? 10 and 11. And people say, but people say, oh, but Chris, you criticise Lewis Hamilton, saying, well, I'm not being funny, Mercedes had the car, and Red Bull do have the car as well. So I don't want to see Max Verstappen more than Lewis Hamilton as well, because I will criticise him as well. But yeah, 16 race wins. Wow, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Let's say it for what it is. We are seeing greatness. We're seeing greatness with Max Verstappen. And I don't be snobby about it. And I don't be these crybaby, snowflake Lewis Hamilton fans who are self-entitled, saying, no. Do you think Max Verstappen is that bold about getting booed? Who cares? Seriously, who cares? Off the shoulder, who cares? It's like fluff on my t-shirt. That's what it is. I think Max Verstappen thrives from it. He thrives from being defiant in F1. Michael Schumacher, I think he got booed a lot, didn't he, when he was dominating as well. And this is what I'm saying about Max Verstappen. I think he's Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher combined into one. He's got the mindset and mentality of Michael Schumacher, where doing all he can to win, even if he does have to be dirty. Which, yes, we will. He has been Max Verstappen. But that's part of the sport. That's part of Formula One. That's part of the excitement. You have to be dirty to try and win. Use tactics to win. And he's got the ability of Ayrton Senna, Max Verstappen. He's got the ability of Ayrton Senna. And people say, but he's got the car. Well, you know what then? Lewis Hamilton's had the car as well. Lewis Hamilton's had the car. So if we want to make that argument, I do agree to a certain extent that he does have the car with Max Verstappen. But at the end of the day, Max Verstappen did win 3 races, to be fair, when Red Bull weren't chancing for the title. And didn't Verstappen win in Spain? When no one probably expected him to win in Spain in that Red Bull. See what I mean? And people want to say it's the car. It's the driving ability. It's the driving ability for you. That's what it is. if it's about the car, then, well, I'm sorry, Lewis Hamilton can't be in the greatest of all time debate then, can he? Because Ayrton Senna, the car's Ayrton Senna, God rest his soul, by the way, and it is quite fit in Brazil, is this weekend. The Brazilian hero Ayrton Senna, God rest his soul, taken far too soon in his F1 career. Look at the cars he had to drive. Shocking. Look at the cars he had to drive. Absolute garbage. Shocking. Absolute shit. And he won 3 world titles in it. Michael Schumacher won a world title in a fucking Benetton. In a bloody Benetton, people. And people say, but he cheated. He took downhill off the track. Like I keep saying, it's part of the sport. Do all you can to win. It makes winners. It makes winners for you. Not cheaters, winners. You can say they are cheaters as well, Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher was a cheater, but again, mindset, mentality, winners. Winning mentality. Do all you can to win. And that's what Max Verstappen does. We're seeing greatness. It's unbelievable from Max Verstappen. It really is unbelievable. We're seeing greatness from him. It really is incredible. And what did I say in my Mexico Grand Prix preview? It was a massive race for Sergio Perez in his home race. And what happens to Sergio Perez? Right off the line in the opening lap, he tries to go on the outside of Charles Leclerc, who's in second place behind Verstappen. They got 4 cars turning in at once. And for me, unfortunately, it was Perez's fault. He was on the outside. He tried to go on the outside to overtake Leclerc to step behind his teammate, Max Verstappen. But he ended up tangling with Charles Leclerc and while turning in, and Perez it did Perez damage, and Perez had to retire from the race. Had to retire from his home race, which is heartbreaking, to be honest. It is heartbreaking. Just when Perez did not need that either. When there's questions about his seat at Red Bull. And there's massive question now on Sergio Perez for the final 3 races of the season to try and hold on to that second place in the Driver Championship, because he needs to, in my opinion. Because if he doesn't finish second, I think that's a disgraceful season from Perez, and he deserves to use the seat after that. Because in the most dominant car, the Red Bulls should be 1 and 2 all day on. I said it with Mercedes, with Hamilton and Bottas, they should be 1 and 2. and so on, with Vettel and Webber as well. So, just not what Perez needed. And it pumps up the pressure even more on him. And more questions asked about his seat. And there's been rumours. There was some rumour going around about. I mean, it's actually a rumour that Fernando Alonso has been getting looked at Red Bull. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest with you. Fernando Alonso at Red Bull. I still don't think he would like to be number 2. Or yes, he accepts being number 2, Fernando Alonso. Then Red Bull, wow. Imagine Alonso in that Red Bull car. Oh my God. Imagine him in that Red Bull car, Fernando Alonso. Does Alonso deserve that seat? No, he doesn't deserve that Red Bull seat. Because as much as Alonso will talk about Aston Martin yet at 1, as much as Aston Martin, who were Red Bull's closest chances in the first 3 races, and they've now crumbled down to 5th in the Constructors' Championship, and they're no longer chancing for podiums and more chancing for top 10 again. As much as chancing for that, you have to say Alonso, though, his ability, he should be doing better, in my opinion, than Aston Martin car. Oh, but yeah, you do have to pay him the tar as well. I don't know. With the Perez situation, I think Perez will stay at Red Bull. I think he will stay at Red Bull for at least one more season. Even if he does finish third. Who do Red Bull get? But to be fair, I said in my United States, I think I said in my United States review that if I'm Red Bull, I'm definitely looking at Alonso and I'm looking at Carlos Sainz. I'm more looking at Carlos Sainz for me. Because if I'm Carlos Sainz, I'm getting fucking fed up with Ferrari. I really am. I'm fed up with Ferrari. Why? He's over. I think Carlos Sainz has done the best he can at Ferrari. I really do. Charles Leclerc, on the other hand, he hasn't. He hasn't done the best he can at Ferrari. He should be doing more better. And this is why I say Carlos Sainz is a far better driver than Charles Leclerc, in my opinion. Sergio Perez, obviously the Perez and Alonso rumour is actually a swap deal, a potential swap deal with Perez heading back to Aston Martin, who were previously known as Racing Point. That's where we probably saw the best out of Sergio Perez, didn't we? When he was with Dan Stroll at Racing Point, that's what they were told before they were told Aston Martin. So I think that could be that would definitely be a good move for Perez. I think Perez will definitely thrive in the team like Aston Martin because being the main driver as well. I think he would like to be that Perez, won't he? But Alonso at Red Bull, it's very exciting. It is exciting for the ability of Fernando Alonso. It is very exciting to see Alonso in that car, but I don't think Red Bull will want two drivers chancing for the World Championship, in my personal opinion. So that's why I think Alonso is probably a no-no, in my opinion, to Red Bull. Be exciting. Don't even want to be very exciting, but I think if I'm Red Bull, I'm on the phone to Carlos Sainz personally. But this only if Perez finishes third. If Perez still finishes second in the drive something, then yeah, I'll keep him. I'll keep him for another season at Yates. Because that should be the aim for Perez, to be second behind Verstappen. But if Perez finishes third in the Drive Championship, I'm calling Carlos Sainz. I said in my United States review, Carlos Sainz used to try for Toro Rosso. So you'll have that bond with Christian Horner and Red Bull as well. But would Ferrari get Carlos Sainz door to Red Bull? That's the only problem. Oh, I mean, if I'm Red Bull, fuck what Ferrari say. Carlos, come over here. People will say, well, he's going to replace Sainz at Ferrari. Why not put Perez at Ferrari? It's a debate, isn't it? But I have respect for Perez. And I don't want anyone to try for that fucking mess of a car that is Ferrari, in my opinion. So I feel sorry for Carlos Sainz, really, at Ferrari. I really do. But yeah, it's just not what Perez needed. In his home Form 3, he needed a result in his home Form 3. But he still got a great reception, didn't he, when he was waving to the Mexican crowd as well. But yeah, all of his fans would have been a bit upset. Well, in terms of heads being upset about the hero not finishing the race. Now on to Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, Lewis Morning Hamilton, as I call him. 19 points. Started in 6th, finished in 2nd. Lewis Hamilton. So a very solid race from Lewis. Very solid race from him. See, I'm praising him. I'm praising Lewis Hamilton. I am praising him. I just don't like him mourning afterwards, saying, Red Bull's an easy weapon to drive and all that. Oh, just shut up, Lewis, please. It's unbearable. He's the only one mourning about it. Just shut up and get on with your driving. And George Russell had 8 points. He started 8th and finished 6th. Solid race from Lewis and a meh race from George Russell. Does Russell, for me, does Russell performances now need to be questioned at Mercedes, because he's now been here for 2 years now, and look, at the end of the day, he won a race that season. George Russell, Lewis Hamilton didn't. But Lewis Hamilton's been better than Russell this season, hasn't he? Been better than Russell this season. And I still think it's a long-term thing with George Russell at Mercedes. I think you have to say that. I think it's a long-term thing for him at Mercedes. So Mercedes and Mercedes fans need to give it time with George Russell. And obviously, these self-entitled Mercedes fans and self-entitled Lewis Hamilton fans always expect Mercedes, always PM on the team, but not the drivers. I don't think it is a team, to be honest with you. This is why you don't offer Lewis Hamilton ridiculous races. Ridiculous races, because if Lewis Hamilton's on ridiculous races, let's be real about it. He's on ridiculous races, and that's affecting Mercedes' development of the car, in my opinion. So Lewis Hamilton wants to mourn saying, I am not the car. Well, stop asking for ridiculous fucking races then. You absolute cash cow that you are. That's what Lewis Hamilton is now. He's a cash cow. Just like Andy Shotzer and Boston. Cash cow. Obviously, brilliant. Brilliant smart updates on what they've done. Brilliant smart achievements, what they've done on the track. Definitely, yeah, brilliant. But this is why I don't like this. This is why I don't like Lewis Hamilton. The amount of mourning and whinging and whining he does, saying, oh, Red Bull's an easy car to drive. Well, just shut up. You even went 3 in their heads. Seriously. You even went 3 in their heads. He's the only one that even went 3 in Red Bull's head. Seriously. Focus on your driving. You bit. But yeah, very good race. But very good race from Lewis Hamilton. That's always going to be his aim every race, is to try and get second place, because he can't compete with Max. Simple as that. He can't compete with Max Verstappen at this current stage of both careers. It's as simple as that, really. It really is simple as that. So yeah, they can't compete. Lewis Hamilton, at the moment, he just can't compete with Max Verstappen, and he's not even involved with the car. He just can't compete with him in terms of ability-wise as well. Because Max Verstappen was probably the first ever driver to have the beating of Lewis Hamilton. And by the way, Max Verstappen had a huge staff in that 2021 title race as well. Before, obviously, that happened in the final race. I need to put the pen down again. There we go. That's better. There we go. That's better. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Mercedes. Yeah, and I just think Russell's more long term, isn't he? So you still need to give him even more time, in my opinion. I mean, he came from fucking Williams, people. He came from Williams, for God's sake. And by the way, he overachieved at Williams as well. That's why he was brought in. Now we move on to Ferrari, my favourite team. And they are. No, honestly, they actually are my favourite team in F1. That's why I criticise them so much. They are the poster boys. They are the poster boys of Formula 1. But they are embarrassing F1 at the moment about at being the poster boys, because last season they failed. Ferrari. That's what I told them. Ferrari. If you dare it. They failed last season. They were the best prepared team. For the 2022 season. They had no excuses. They should have won the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. and they failed massively, and they failed massively. And then they should still be competing with Red Bull. They still should be competing with F1 because these are 2022 regulations. Let's be real about it. These are new regulations, and Ferrari shouldn't be below Mercedes, in my opinion. They should be above Mercedes. And you wonder why they're not? Because it's an apple pie of everything combined. It's the drivers. I will still say it's Carlos Sainz as well. As what I say, Sainz is a better driver than Leclerc. You have to say it's the drivers as well. And it's the whole team behind it. Oh, it's shocking. McDonald's have a better fucking team members than bloody Ferrari, seriously. Oh, I mean, it's terrible. It is terrible for Ferrari. It really is. They are the laughing stock of F1. They really are the laughing stock of F1. And this is why I never, even when the qualifiers are 1-2, I never put either of them on the podium. I maybe put Carlos Sainz on the podium because he's a better driver, but I never put Leclerc on the podium. It's the Ferrari way for you. They are always quick in qualifying. Well, what's that got to do with price of change? What's that got to do with price of change? Seriously. But the flop, they always flop in the weights. If it weren't, well, that's meant to say were, not went. If it weren't for Perez's tandem, there'd be no podium for Charles Leclerc. Perez would be on the podium. Trust me. So yeah, again, another flop for Ferrari. And where's the standards from Ferrari fans? That they're happy with third and fourth? Shocking. It's shocking from Ferrari. It really is. They should be winning races. Okay, I may have been a bit harsh saying they should win. Well, last season they should have won it. Last season they should have won both tries and constructors because they were the best prepared team. And Ferrari, as I told them. Ferrari, that's what they are. Ferrari. If you dare it, Ferrari. That's what they are. That's what should be told from now on. Flop Harvey. How about that? Flop Harvey. They need to be questioning that after Ferrari, really is. They need to be questioning that. If I was in charge of Ferrari, you know what I would do? I would get rid of Charles Leclerc straight away. People say, oh no, you're crazy. You are crazy. Hear me out. Charles Leclerc has had enough years at Ferrari. And for me, for his talent, he should already be a world champion. But he's not because he's error prone. He is error prone and he's tossed it for himself. Last year, we can pay him the team strategist at Ferrari, but we need to pay him Charles Leclerc as well. Because there were races where Charles Leclerc was fucking around, spinning around in Imola, crossing the car into the barriers in France. Big races for him. And for me, Charles Leclerc, he's not good enough for a top team. Simple as that. I think he's more good enough for for a mid-table team. For a team below the top teams, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari. I think he's good enough for a team like that, in my opinion. Like at Alpine. I think he'd be good at Alpine, honestly. If Alpine get Matteo Binotto as a team principal as well. Get Charles Leclerc in at Alpine alongside either Dadsey or Ocon. And I think that would be a good partnership for Alpine, in my opinion. That's what I would do. I would keep Carlos Sainz. I think Carlos Sainz has done his best in that Ferrari car. Controversial opinion. Ferrari. If I was Ferrari, I would replace Leclerc with Lewis Hamilton. I would have got Lewis Hamilton in. And people would be like, oh, you're crazy. Seriously. And people say, but people will say, well, hang on a minute, you criticise Lewis Hamilton for useless races. That's my point. I that Ferrari, they would be stupid enough. They would have been stupid enough to offer you this races to Lewis Hamilton. But what was I saying? What you need to win the world championships, you need a number one who needs to make your number one priority, and you need a good number two. And Ferrari would have done that. Lewis Hamilton, the main priority at number one, and Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz had done number two. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. I thought it was a parcel. I thought it was a parcel for me. But yeah, like I said, like I was saying, he's done number one. His number one's priority. That should have been Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari, and have Carlos Sainz at number two, who's more. It'll definitely have very successful Lewis Hamilton, but I think Carlos Sainz would happily be number two to Lewis Hamilton. I don't think Sainz is happy to be number two to Charles Leclerc, in my opinion. If Charles Leclerc would have been world champion, then he would have been more happy, just to leave it off a bit. And I think Ferrari would have been more successful if Charles Leclerc did win the world championship last year, honestly. But Charles Leclerc is too overborn for me. And that's my opinion on Ferrari, simple as that. And I will keep on sticking with it. And I think it's embarrassing from Ferrari fans to be celebrating a Ferrari driver on the podium at Monza when they should be winning that Grand Prix, in my opinion. If they would have won that Grand Prix, then yeah, fair enough. But where's the standards? Where's the standards for Ferrari? Where are they? For the poster boys of F1. It's like Manchester United. They're the poster boys. Pains me to say, but they're the poster boys of the Premier League. Do you see the comparison between Man United and Ferrari? They're exactly the same, but in different sports. They're both at Athens stock at the moment. But onto McLaren, Lando Norris, wow, with an outrageous driver of the day performance from Lando Norris, unbelievable performance from him. By the way, before people start coming at me saying, "No, it's not that good," it is fucking that good. It is that good. Mexico is quite a difficult track to overtake. You only got to start for the non-start first way, and you got the turns after that as well, turns 3 to 4. They're only overtaking opportunities. So it is outrageous for Lando Norris. Started 18th and finished 5th. And people say, well, he does have the car. Yeah, albeit he does have the pace in the McLaren. He still needs to go out there and do it. But yeah, outrageous. And deserves driver of the day by a mile. Look at the positions he gained. Albeit we had a safety car, we had a red flag as well, albeit. But again, still outrageous from Lando Norris. For God's sake. As for Piastri, 7th to 8th. Yeah, meh, isn't it? A meh race. Not as great as race, in my opinion. And it's not really done reading when you're battling with AlphaTauri of Daniel Ricciardo as well. Daniel Ricciardo who finished above Piastri in the race as well. We'll talk about Daniel Ricciardo in a minute and AlphaTauri. And Aston Martin, a double DNF in Mexico for Aston Martin. What has done one? Right, what has done one, people, with Aston Martin? What has done one with them? First couple of races, Fernando Alonso was the closest chance to Max Verstappen and Perez. Alonso was consistently down on the podium as well. Awful qualifying from them. Awful qualifying. Closest chances to Red Bull for the first few races, and now they've crumbled everywhere. No, seriously, they have crumbled like breadcrumbs everywhere. What has happened? What has happened to Aston Martin? They're now 5th in the Constructors' Championship after probably being 2nd for the first few races in Constructors as well. What has happened, people? What has happened? I think I made the comparison. I think I did a nice Days Corn 3 with him where he said McLaren and Aston Martin have twisted their upgrades round. Like McLaren were where Aston Martin are now. They were nowhere near top 10, McLaren. And now, if you look at McLaren, they're actually one of the closest chances to Red Bull and could be the closest chances to Red Bull next season, McLaren. While Aston Martin seems to be second half of the season, Aston Martin just seems to. It's like the car has just thrown up on them. It's like he's fucked up on them, the car. It's like he's just fucked up on them. This keeps the team on them DNF, especially Alonso. Alonso keeps on them DNF as well. Big, then you have to say big questions need to be asked at Aston Martin. What has done one? What has done one for them? It's madness, absolute madness at Aston Martin. I think Lance Stroll's not done enough, to be honest. And I don't think Lance Stroll's done enough for Aston Martin either. Alonso, unfortunately, just hasn't got the car. He's just trying to do his best, but it's got a DNF. Lance Stroll, not done enough. We said it, it's getting unbearable now. We've said it for years. He's not done enough. But Lance Stroll has the safest seat in F1 because his dad is in charge of the team. So there is only that sentiment there for him. Which this isn't right at all. It isn't right at all. It really isn't. On to Alpine. Esteban Ocon with the 1 point, starting 15th and finishing 10th. Probably another try of the day performance from Ocon. Solid race from him. Dazi started 11th, finished 11th. Not good, not bad. Just now he missed out on the points per Dazi. And but yeah, it's where you expect Alpine to be, isn't it? 10th, 11th, isn't it? So Alpine is Alpine, isn't it? That's where you expect them to be. Now on to Williams. Albon with the 2 points, starting 14th, finishing 9th. Jordan Sargent, starting 20th, DNF for Sargent. But I'll keep on praising Williams. I will keep on praising the ice Albon and Shane Fowles. Shane Fowles, the team principal, who they got from Mercedes, who's a Mercedes team member. Albon and Fowles, they are the heartbeat of this team. They are the heartbeat of Williams. Without the heartbeat, Williams are nothing. Simple as that. They are the worst. Without the heartbeats in their team, Williams will be the worst team on the grid. Simple as that. Simple as that. As Albon is doing a George Russell for Williams in 2021, massively overachieving at Williams. As Albon, very underrated driver, and we've all said it. He just went to Red Bull too early. In his career for me. I think he was quite unlucky at Red Bull at times as well as Albon, but Red Bull just weren't pacing enough. And does he get a second chance at Red Bull? I don't think so. I think all the ties are cut now, in my opinion. And I think that Albon needs to move on from Red Bull. But I do think Albon deserves a better drive, in my opinion. Ferrari is certainly something he can do to. Aston Martin, if Lance Stroll finally does give Aston Martin, he can definitely replace him at Aston Martin. But obviously, at the moment, Albon will stay at Williams, I think, for at least another season. And but for me, I think they need to move Sargent on. People say he's only had one season. He's been unlucky, Sargent. He has been unlucky in 3 races, to be fair. But the sport is won by Americans, isn't it? The sport is won by Americans, so I think they'll want Sargent to probably stay in F1 because they'll probably want an American driver to be on the grid in that case and sponsor money as well. But I would move Sargent on personally, and I would get Liam Lawson in. Albon and Liam Lawson, imagine that as a team at Williams, or even Albon and Mick Schumacher. Mick Schumacher's obviously took the season out, hasn't he? Imagine that as a parent as well. So if I'm Williams, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Mick Schumacher or Liam Lawson to replace Sargent. That's what I would do to team up with Albon. But yeah, Albon's very underrated, and Albon and Fowles are the heartbeat of this team, honestly. And I know what? With James Fowles, I think he's my team principal of the year. I think he's my team principal of the year for me. I'll probably give him that. Between him and obviously McLaren, Zach Brown and McLaren. But yeah. On to AlphaTauri. Danny Witt. We all like Ricciardo, don't we? We all like Ricciardo. Again, another underrated driver. Daniel Ricciardo with the 6 points. An amazing weekend from Ricciardo and that AlphaTauri. In that AlphaTauri, seriously, because the AlphaTauri is a shocking car. Started P4, qualified P4, above Sergio Perez. It's a bit worrying for Perez, isn't it? An Red Bull driver qualifies above you. Started P4 and finished 7th. An amazing weekend from Daniel Ricciardo. Really was an amazing weekend for him. And that was Daniel Ricciardo at its best. Daniel Ricciardo at its best that weekend. That's Daniel Ricciardo at its best. Shocking everyone. He did shock everyone this weekend in one of the worst cars this season. While lucky Unitic, as I call him, because he is a Unitic, Tsunoda, cost double points. It could have been even better for AlphaTauri, because Tsunoda was battling with Piastri. Piastri and Tsunoda were both in the top 10, and Tsunoda was a fucking Unitic. He was a pretty Unitic trying to... He put two yet to start off with. He tried putting 2 yet on the outside. Piastri did nothing wrong. Tsunoda was just a Unitic, as always. And Yuki Tsunoda, I don't think you need that in your team, honestly. People say, but it's not fire. Well, I'm putting the fire out, people. I'm putting the fire out. Tsunoda ain't done enough. He ain't done enough AlphaTauri. He's too... Like I said, he's just a Unitic. All he does is crash his car. Or he makes stupid moves on the bloody outside, which costs himself points. If he didn't do that, Tsunoda, he would be in contention for Red Bull. No, I'm being serious. He could be in contention with Red Bull if he wasn't a pretty Unitic. It was the same in 2021, where AlphaTauri were doing well. It could have been even better for them. If he wasn't a Unitic. And he is. Tsunoda is a Unitic. And unfortunately, I don't say that in a good way. I say that in a bad way. that he shouldn't be at AlphaTauri, in my opinion. So if I'm AlphaTauri, I'm looking for a better teammate to Daniel Ricciardo, personally. That's what I'll be doing. And like I said, Tsunoda has had enough years. He's had enough years now in F1, and he's the same old Leopard. Leopards don't change the spots. He's a lunatic Leopard. That's what he is. Now on to Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, Bottas started 9th, finished 15th. Zhou Guanyu started 10th, finished 14th. And it says it there. Why can't a team follow qualifying into the race? Is the car good enough? Is Zhou good enough? For me, is Zhou good enough? No, he isn't. Simple as that. He isn't good enough. But then, Bottas and Zhou do well. They both do well in qualifying. Especially for an Alfa Romeo like that as well. But in the race, Ferrari engine, ain't it? It's the Ferrari engine for you. The Ferrari engine, it's a Ferrari engine car, and the Ferrari engines are absolutely atrocious. That's why Alfa Romeo and Haas are the bottom two. And that's why Ferrari are nowhere near chancing for the title. Chancing for titles. Simple as that. Simple as that, really. So that's what I think it is. I just don't think the car's good enough for both drivers. Zhou, I'm probably being a bit hard saying he's not done enough, but you know why Zhou's in F1. The sponsorship money. He wins good sponsorship money, doesn't he? He's a hard one, Zhou. He is a hard one to judge. I do think it's all sponsorship money, but to be fair, they're being unlucky in qualifying Alfa Romeo, so there is that as well. But yeah, overall, I just don't think the car's good enough. And probably need a new engine, Alfa Romeo, to be honest with you. Probably move on. And finally, on to Haas. A season to forget for Haas as they top bottom of the constructors. They got the white pairing. I think they got the white pairing with Hulkenberg and Magnussen. And by the way, I'm so glad Magnussen is okay after that horrific crash in Mexico, in the Mexico Grand Prix. It's quite a horrific crash, to be fair. So we're glad he's okay. But it wasn't his fault. It actually wasn't his fault. I think that suspension just broke, didn't it? Suspension just broke on the car, which made him spin and obviously crash to cause a red flag, and it was quite a horrific crash as well. So we're glad he's okay. And yeah, I think these two need another season together, don't they, at Haas as well. So, but yeah, season to forget for Haas as they top bottom of the constructors, and they could end up being the worst team of the season, unfortunately for them, and unfortunately for Gunther Steiner, which means the standings look like this: Red Bull sit first, obviously already won the constructors and they've already won the Tri-Championship. Max Verstappen's third world championship. Max Verstappen in first with 491 points. Madness. Just a that gap. To second place. Absolute madness. Perez second with 240. Which means a total of 731 points. In second, Mercedes. Hamilton in third with 220. Russell in eighth with 151, 371 points. In third, a Ferrari with a total of 349 points. But Carlos Sainz is in fourth now. So GG's to Carlos Sainz for him. In fourth, I'm McLaren with a total of 256 points. In fifth, at Aston Martin with a total of 236 points. Alpine in sixth with a total of 101 points. Williams in seventh with a total of 28. But it's all about that battle for seventh now because AlphaTauri have closed the gap on Williams to 12 points. Can AlphaTauri back up the Mexican Grand Prix? We all wonder. I mean, Alfa Romeo, they're on 16 points as well in ninth. and Hatter in 10th with 12 points as well. Now we move on to the Brazilian Form 3 this weekend. Of course, the Brazilian Form 3 Sao Paulo, probably one of the favourite tracks if you're an F1 purist fan as well. We've had memorable Form 3s at Brazil, haven't we? 2012, where Sebastian Vettel spun in that title decider on opening lap, where he was he's in the back of the grid, where he went back to the back, where he went to that, and still ended up winning the World Championship. We had the dramatic 2008 finale between Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa. Lewis Hamilton overtaking Timo Glock to win the World Championship by 1 point. But unfortunately, we haven't got any title deciders here, as they are all sorted. But yeah, the track information is 71 laps, so obviously it is 15 turns, so it is quite a short track, so you have more laps. Circuit 4.3 or 19 metres, first Grand Prix 1973. Race distance 305.8719 metres. Lap record Valtteri Bottas with a 1:10.540 in the Mercedes in 2018. So Bottas does like it around Brazil. Turns 15 to 1 was the start finish rate, the non-start finish rate, and when you do off that hill. Turns 3 to 4 are your best overtaking opportunities. The UK schedule, of course, practice 1 is 2:30 to 3:30 on Friday, 3rd of November. Then obviously this is a sprint weekend, so we do have actual qualifying. We do have normal qualifying 6 PM to 7 PM on Friday, which sets out the grid for the actual race, which is a 5 PM start on Sunday. And then we obviously have the sprint qualifying at 2 PM to 2:44, which is total sprint shootout. And the sprint qualifying sets out the grid for the sprint race yet to one on Saturday, 6:30 to 7:30 on the 4th of November. So yeah, don't insist my prediction. I'm only going to do the prediction for the actual race. I'm not going to do any predictions for sprint race and race. For sprint race, because I think sprint race is relevant for me. But my prediction, I've done for Max Verstappen to win Sao Paulo. Surprise, surprise. You should think the circuit should suit Max Verstappen again. But Lewis Hamilton, Hamilton second. He's a bit of an adopted Brazilian, isn't he? Lewis Hamilton. It's like his second home, isn't it? Brazil. Yeah, he's got a lot of fans in Brazil, Lewis Hamilton. So I expect him to do well. So Lewis Hamilton second. I've done Fernando Norris in third. As long as he doesn't cross out in qualifying like he did in Mexico. Sergio Perez in fourth, George Russell in fifth, Charles Leclerc in sixth, Carlos Sainz in seventh, Piastri in eighth, Fernando Alonso in ninth, and I don't for Valtteri Bottas in 10th, because Valtteri Bottas, with that record, he does like it in Brazil, doesn't he? But I expect George Russell to be 4th, 5th, something like that. Obviously, George Russell, he won in Brazil. He won the Brazilian Grand Prix last year, didn't he? In the Mercedes as well. So I expect him to do well as well. So, but yeah, that's my Formula 1 Mexico Grand Prix review and my F1 Brazilian Grand Prix preview. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, and see you all later. And see you all in the next video. Take care and see you all later.